Hey, if at any point at any time, man, you ever find yourself needing fast and reliable grinding services, go ahead and hit on my man Cliff over on his Twitter at Cliff2_3. I guarantee he'll take care of you, man. My #1 vouch in the community. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, call me Meech, and I'm back here again with another NBA 2K22 Myteam video for you guys, man. So today, man, we're actually gonna be, I feel like I kind of say this a lot, but we are going to be doing something different, man. We're actually going to be covering some content that did drop today. Now, I normally don't do this, and I'm not going to do it in a specific way that a lot of guys you see out there are really doing it, but we're going to kind of be covering the cards. I usually don't like to do this just because cards are subjective to your own personal interests and kind of uniqueness and likeness and things like that. So I usually don't cover it because really cards are what you make of. But for this one specifically, I did want to go ahead and do something a little bit, because the more I started to really kind of digest the content, the more I'm like, wow, man. Personally, I think 2K did a great job with this content drop. But before we go ahead and get into that, man, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. That way you are always notified when we do drop a new video. And if at any point during this video you do rock with me, you like what you see, whatever the case is, man, drop a like, as it does help to get the channel out there in the YouTube algorithm and get us recommended and all that good stuff, man. So hey, let's get right into it, man, because I'm not going to waste a lot of you all's time. We're going to cover this pretty much as quickly as I can, but hitting all the key points that I kind of want to talk about, man. So today we got these New Year's resolutions, packs, I guess, or whatever you can say, man. And the thing about these is that they're evos. Okay, so all of these cards are evos. Now, when this drop first came out, people were dogging it, bro. I'm telling you, like, this is it's terrible. It's this that. Like, people didn't like the players that were in it. They didn't like how the cards looked. It was just, man, it was everything. And I'm like, bro, what's going on? Like, I looked at it, I immediately loved it. So they did update it. So the cards are a little bit more better than what they initially were, but they're still kind of like, an aura around this is just like, wow, this set is blah blah blah, this set is blah blah blah, which I think is just perfect. So as you can see, we got Zion Williamson, Luka Doncic, Kevin Love. We do have a 75th weight and a normal weight. We do have a 75th Shaq and a normal Shaq, and then we have 75th Westbrook and Diamond Brody, and then we got Boozer, Caldwell, Scotty Barnes, Buddy Hield, Kyle Kuzma, Sean Livingston, Justice Winslow, and Steve Kerr. So these are the cards. Now, we do have evos for all of these, man, and the evos kind of changes some crazy things. All right, I don't have any of the cards, so I won't be able to show you kind of like the evo things. So to kind of get a glimpse of that, we're actually going to switch over onto the 2K database, and this is where we're going to kind of dive into why this content drop, personally for me, I think is pretty freaking genius. All right, man, so jumping over into the content, as you can see, you see all the names that I did just mention off here. You see the cards. Now, this is where you're going to be getting all the stats, animations, things like that, man. So that's kind of really everything that you're going to get here on this database here. If you don't know about it, again, it's 2kdb.net, I believe. Yeah, .net. It gives you everything you really need to know, man. But one thing that we're going to do, I'm just going to go into one of the cards here. If you haven't seen the content, man, this is kind of what we're working with. So if you look at Luka Doncic here, you can see all of his stats and badges and things like that. You see what he's working with beforehand. Now, like I said, all of these are evos. So if you hit this little evolution button, it's going to give you what you have to do to get the evolution. And then once you click on it, you're going to see the stats that jump up. So as you can see, he gets a plus 28 in interior, plus 8 perimeter, plus 10 lateral quickness. And then these little lightning bolts right here on the badges tells you what badges are added. So you can see he went from no clamps to Hall of Fame clamps. Then he gets the rest of these defensive badges. All right, so it's pretty much how the content works. And each one of these has a specific type of upgrade that they have going on. So just for instance, that's Luka. Okay, so like, let's just go into Dwayne Wade right here and just take a look at what changes on his. So as you can see, this is the base Dwayne Wade. You see everything he has. When you click on the evo, you click here, he goes up, he gets a plus 11 3 ball, which takes him to a 90, and then he gets some more shooting badges. So View that as you will, man. I'm not gonna go through all these cards. Like I said, each card is specifically, it's kind of what you want to make of it, kind of what you want to do with it. Now, the website's not going to show this, but I do know that like on Kevin Love specifically, there are animations that change as well. Specifically speaking, I'll try to see if I can just put up a screenshot. What happens with Kevin Love is that he gets his stat, upgrade, his badge upgrade, but his animations change, which is his dunking animations. So off the top of my head, the only people I know so far that change are Kevin Love and Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr gets like different layup animations and some different dunk animations. Kevin Love goes from basically having just basic dunks to like uber athletic dunks. So a little something that's unique about that. I'm pretty sure that's the only time we've seen Evo actually change animations. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get right into the beauty or the genius that I see personally in this content drop, okay? And the easiest way that I've been able to kind of look at it is really Dylan Dwayne Wade, but I can also show you some things with Shaq. You know what? Let's actually do Shaq. We're gonna do Shaq here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at this Shaq compared to a 75th card. So what I'd say here is if you go in to compare this Shaquille O'Neal to his 75th Shaquille O'Neal, okay? At base, they're the same. So if you look at the 75th Shaquille O'Neal, you're gonna see all of these same stats. Now, some of the things the guys were saying were that the 75th cards needed to be better. So what you'll see here, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can actually bring up a comparison so you all can actually see it in real time. If I go to the 75th Shaq, which is right here, and we bring this up, I'm pretty sure we can see. Yes, I can put the Evo on this one. Okay, so on the left side, guys, you're gonna see, and hopefully you all can see this. If not, I'm just gonna say it out loud. But on the on the left side, you're gonna see the Evo'd New Year's Shaq, and then on the right is the 75th Shaq. Okay, so as you can see, once I click the Evo on the New Year's resolution Shaq, that Evo does take his 3-point up 29, which I mean it's still at a 55 or whatever, so it's still not great. And then his mid-range does go up substantially by 40 points to a 90, whereas the 75th has a 50. So what guys are saying was like these 75th cards are supposed to be technically better than the base cards, which is true. It is true. They are in that set that supposedly locks in, so technically they're better. And one of the reasons that they're better is that whereas the base cards usually cannot have every badge in the game. Again, you can only add 5 or 6 based on the gem, tier, or whatever of the card. But whereas like this Shaq wouldn't be able to get quick first step, no matter what, this one will be able to get quick first step. You can give them any badge you want up to the 5. So that's what makes the 75th cards better. But here's the beauty. Stick with me, okay? Here's the beauty. I like to think of Myteam being like your team. You can make it unique to you. You can do what you want with the cards. You can really make the card fit you. So here's the beauty in all of this, okay? As we know with the Evo, and I'm actually gonna go back into the New Year's resolution Shaq right here. With the Evo cards, you cannot add badges, okay? You can't add badges at their base. You cannot add badges as their Evo. You only get what 2K allowed the card to do, okay? So the beauty of it is, let's just take, if I wanted this Shaq, okay? I can get this Shaq, whether I buy him at Evo or whether I buy him at base, and then he'll have his plus 40 mid-range and he'll get these extra few badges or whatever the case is, okay? Still a pretty solid card, right? Now, if for whatever reason, I did want to go ahead and get the 75th Shaq, which there is going to be a lock-in for all these cards, but we're just going to go over the 75th Shaq. Now, what I'm missing on, I'm not getting, I will never be able to get that plus 40 in 3-ball or in mid-range. So my mid-range would never be at 90. But at this point, I can add every badge. Now, here it goes. The other Shaq cannot get quick first step. I want to put that out as a 1. He cannot get quick first step. He can't get bullet passer. He can't get like any playmaking badges. If you get this Shaq, you can add 5 badges. So let's say you add your quick first step, you add your bullet passer, whatever else you want to add to him, okay? Now, all of the badges on this are upgradable. So if you wanted, if you had all of these other Hall of Fame badges, every other badge, let's say every other badge is highlighted, plus the 5 you have a Hall of Fame version of all of those. Your Shaq will have Hall of Fame box, chase down, clamps, defensive leader, hustler, interceptor. All of these additional badges, they're just gonna make your Shaq that much better. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the other card gets the mid-range, but he won't be able to have quick first step. Hall of Fame quick first step, possibly. He won't be able to have, you know, clamps. It's gonna make that Shaq unique, okay? Now, I am gonna give one more, since you have the basis of how that works specifically. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one more card, okay? And this is kind of really where I see the magic really happen, okay? Dwayne Wade as the Evo whatever or the 75th, it's just gonna be ridiculous, okay? Let's just take this for instance. This Dwayne Wade has a base 79 3 ball. When you Evo him, that's all that changes. So if you look at the 75th Dwayne Wade versus this one, it's gonna be this exact card. So you can go with this Dwayne Wade, you can Evo this Dwayne Wade. Now you have Hall of Fame sniper added. You have gold blinders, gold chef, circus 3s, corner specialist, limited spot up, set shooter, lucky number 7. You have those badges added, plus a 93 ball. Plus you can still give them, you know, the shoe or whatever to kind of boost some of those stats a little bit. But you see this Dwayne Wade is very good. It's a very good card at its base, okay? But, and this is kind of where, like I said, where the magic kind of happens, guys, is if, and the reason that the 75th versions of these cards aren't just completely written off. Let's take, for instance, you go and get the 75th Dwayne Wade, okay? Listen to this. You get basically the base Dwayne Wade. So again, you have that 79 3. You add a shoe to him, it's +4. That takes you to like 83, okay? Your coach could be a +4, or I think they have +5, or yeah, a +5. Now you're looking at 88. Then you look at floor general, that pushes them over a 90. So now you have over a 90, okay? So you already beat what makes the other Dwayne Wade really click. Now, look at this. If you have, you can add whatever other badges you want, which Dwayne Wade has a ton of good badges already, but now you can add whatever badges you want. You can add up to 5. And if you had Hall of Fame versions for all of these, tell me this D Wade is not better than the New Year's resolution D Wade. Just say you have all these Hall of Fames, you put them, you know, you give them every single Hall of Fame badge on here. You've already gotten this 3 ball up to over the 90, which is what makes the other D Wade better per se. And now you have all the other Hall of Fame badges. How like that part is what makes this set crazy. And it kind of gives you the avenue of both ways. Like if you have a bunch of Hall of Fame badges, now you could really make a crazy D Wade, or guys who may not have all of that, or, you know, may not have the most MT, because those Evos do allow you to make MT by Evo in the base and selling them. You can get that Evo and you can get a very solid D Wade still, and you're really not missing out on much. But if you have this one and you have Hall of Fame badges at your disposal, you can make the best Dwayne Wade you can, or that Dwayne Wade is going to sell for a ton more than New Year's resolution. I guarantee you. You put up a Dwayne Wade and he has 30 some Hall of Fame badges, I guarantee you're going to see more of a profit value. So it's just kind of something I was thinking about, man. Like I said, I didn't want to take too much time, and I tried to kind of really explain it and be as, like, I guess, in detail as I possibly could. But this drop, just because of that variety that you have to really kind of, you have really 2 avenues. You just don't have just this base card, and like if you both have the same base card, and if you just have all these Hall of Fame badges, now you just have this crazy Dwayne Wade. You kind of can go either way. They made Evos a thing. They gave you a way to make MT by Evoing and selling. They gave you a way to take a card that's good and make it even better with Evos. Or the 75th cards still have so much value because of what you can really turn this card into at the end if you have all these Hall of Fame badges. So man, like I don't know. I just had a different perspective. And like I said, the more I looked into this content drop, the more I was like, wow, this content drop is actually pretty crazy, man. Because usually the 75th cards are just so much better per se, because they can take every badge over the other one. But man, I don't know. I just think this was a great content drop from 2K, as well as the names in it were pretty good. I mean, like, let's just kind of go back for just 2 seconds. You have Dwayne Wade, you have Luka Doncic, I mean, you have Zion Williamson. Not all these cards are gonna take over, you know, and find places in your team, but like, it's just different. It's different. It's a whole different feel to it, and it's a lot of things that you can do with the content drop. So it's pretty much all, man. I don't want to, like I said, keep repeating what I'm saying, but I just had to kind of put this out there with everything that was surrounding this content drop and kind of bring my opinion and perspective on it. But that's pretty much all the content, man. Like I said, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Let me know what you think down in the comments, man. Let me know if you have a different perspective on how the content drop is and how you like it. But that's really all, man. Leave a like on the video. Until next time, man, we out.